Namaste from Deepesh. Today we are entering volume 6 of my YouTube series Power of Low Code Logic. What are we going to learn about today? Today we are going to learn about the brand new Cloudflow Designer from Microsoft. It is really cool. There are a lot of new features to learn. We are going to do a comparison between the old and the new and keep on our learning journey today. And then in the upcoming volume we will explore Copilot features also. But before we learn those, we will need to learn about this new designer so that we can utilize Copilot. So let's get there. I'm Deepesh Somani, Business Applications MVP, Alumni, MCT, co-founder and author as well. Let's get into action. Power 365 as usual, guys. Now, as you can see behind me, you can see the brand new editor for Power Automate. Now, this is the modern editor, and we are going to have a look at it one by one. I'm going to first explain the scenario via the classical editor, and then we will do a side-by-side comparison and see the improvements on the new editor and why you would also prefer to use it like me these days. So behind me we have the classical editor in which you can see the scenario follow-up tasks 7 days after contact creation in Dataverse. So as soon as a contact is created, that is the particular trigger on this particular scenario. As soon as the contact is created, what I intend to do, I am triggering it on the contact creation org wide, and then we want to create a follow-up task. It is pretty standard. There's a task activity being created, and in subject we have filled in first name, due date is expression where you added by 7 days from the created date of contact, and that's the same scenario which I'm going to cover through the new editor, right? So let's get into the learning on the new editor real quick. Alright, so we are into this new editor now. So as you can see, you can pretty much name and do all this renaming stuff here, which is standard for the Power Automate naming. I'll just expand this for quick refresh and then we can see it clearly. We'll first look at action, right? And as you see, rather than just getting expand over there, when you click on action over here, you'll get a window that comes up from the left navigation. Now this window is pretty interesting. You can see all the parameters in one place. Then I can see the settings like concurrency control, networking related settings, security settings, tracking, etc. From over here, I can see my code view in which we can see the JSON format of the same particular trigger, and in about you will get some information about the connector as well. So this is pretty neat UI in terms of how we can see the further details. So now let's quickly get into the action and see how that can be edited. So I'm just picking one of the action. And what's great about this is you can see that this is also opening up in the left hand as a window rather than a pop-up dynamic kind of window. I have settings, I can check the code view, you can check testing for static results and stuff. And then again in about you will get the connector. Depending on the connector you pick, you will get a different about. Now let's see what happens here. When I select a particular field in terms of this is a addition row step as an example creation step, I am getting two examples. One is I'm getting a fx example where I can put in a function, and the ability to do that, there is a more neater window I have to write the particular formula. And for dynamic content I can then just pick it like this. Let's say what I want to populate is the first name again in this particular description, which is not realistic, but I'm just showing it for the use case. I'm getting this dynamic content over here also. So if I wanted to play up with some formula, I can do it in a better way now. And when I say add, this gets added, right? In the same way, if I wanted to search for a dynamic field directly and populate it, I can use the first power kind of icon over there and I can just directly populate that. Now we want to see the ability how to add an action. So that is kept as is as it was there earlier. So you can add an action, you can add a parallel branch like this. Now what's great about this action step is also there's something interesting over here as well. If I click this is also going to appear in the same format. And let's say I wanted to search for something in Dataverse, so I can just type in Dataverse and then I can find the appropriate connector, right? This is a lot better in terms of a user interface than the classical one. And if you use it, you will really find value in this one. Now another thing that is there is as our flows get bigger, you can use what is called as a mini map to navigate into a different area. My flow only has 2 steps, so it's not of that great of a use, but you can use this mini map to navigate to the right part of your screen for editing or for reference purpose. Another great feature is search. If you have multiple number of steps, let's say some flows which I have seen go beyond few hundred steps as well. Now searching, and if you're naming them properly, how you can quickly search in. So if I wanted to search for task, I can really quickly come in here and then I'm at the right step. in two steps in a one action and a trigger that really doesn't show a lot of value, but it is of lot of value if you are going for a bigger one. Then you can do a fit to window, which basically fits the appropriate part of the screen automatically. You can zoom in and out, right? So these are some additional advantages that the new modern editor provides. I hope this particular part was useful to you. Thank you for watching this video and hope it was good for your learning and you gained something insightful. Now if you want to get in touch with me for any of the learnings or any of the implementations, please do inbox me and do not forget to subscribe for continued learning. Pause 365 as usual guys till we meet in the next video.